Okay, so there's a story about this area, and I'll have James tell it to you because he.
All right, I'm going to try to tell it to you as best I remember it. I may be off on some of the particulars. So, German couple came out here. I think they were in a minivan, and they had two kids, a rental car, and they looked at the map and they thought it was going to be like paved roads or whatnot. They get out here, they got 4 flats. So the guy's looking at the map, and off in one direction is a military base. So instead of walking back on the trail, which is the smartest thing to do, they started heading out across the desert to the military base. Well, that was the last anyone ever seen or heard from them. So there were all kinds of search and rescue efforts that went on looking for them. They hadn't been found. And this one guy goes, you know what? I think I know where they're at. So what he did is he'd come out here a couple times, and he had went out as far as he could and put water, right? Because you can only hike so far so many days without water. So this guy came out here, went out with water and buried water, and then came out and started doing like a big search area, and he found the a beer bottle or a beer can. Then he found remnants of them. So he's like, this is where they are, and whatnot. So he came back and contacted authorities, and then authorities went out and went, sure enough, I think they found the body of the husband. I'm not sure if they found the kids. I don't remember that far of the story. They could have found the kids and stuff, but the authorities treated this guy like a jerk, right? From what I understand, like the guy found these people where authority had their thumbs up their ass going in the wrong direction, and here you had this citizen that goes, hey, look, I got a different theory on how to find them, and actually found them. So instead of patting the guy in the back and saying, thanks guy, you did a great job, they kind of ostracized this guy for doing it. But when you come out here to the desert, like right now it's cold. During the summer, this place is no joke. Like we were out here during the summer one year, and it's no joke. It gets bloody hot. Like you're gonna go through lots of water. You have a breakdown, stay on the road. Do not deviate from the road. Don't get off the road and go, I'm gonna hike over this mountain. That's how you get lost, that's how you die. But that's pretty much what I remember of the story.
Yeah, didn't they have like over 100 people searching for this guy?
They
like helicopters, horses. They brought in a whole team of people, right?
So the park services and everyone, from what I understand, they literally had hundreds of people over the years searching all the wrong area. Mm-hmm. Nobody went that way into the desert towards the military base. The reason is everyone's like, there's nothing out there but desert. But if you're a European or you're someone from a foreign country and you're looking on one of our maps and it says military base, your brain is saying, hey, there's going to be people there. People don't realize coming from foreign countries that our military base, there's no one there. It's an open desert. It's used for either bombing or military maneuvers. There is no people there. So as he started the family towards the military base, he basically doomed his family. And that was the sad part.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
If they would have stuck on the main road and just walked their way out of here, they probably had a better chance of survival, at least being found, versus, perishing out in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, that's a good call there, because, if you get stuck, you could easily pack your stuff up and go back the way you came.
Yeah, you get a flat or something, put a note on the car, this is the direction I'm going, leave a note. They didn't leave anything.
Yeah, and stay on the trail.
Stay on the trails, never deviate from the trails. Don't think you're going to be able to cross this cross country. Like, you look at these hillsides and they look like little floating blankets. Well, they turn into valleys pretty quick, right?
Yeah, check it out.
And
I mean, who's gonna try to hike over this?
Well, I've tried hiking up stuff like this, and it looks a lot easier than it is.
Yeah. So there you go. This is from who you from? Who you with?
It's Harvey Tuff. So
there you go.
I haven't done a video in quite some time. I'll start doing videos.
And how do we find you?
How did we find me? So Ron and I started working together and doing off-road trips, and Ron started off-road overland camping. And since then, we have done literally over 100,000 miles off-road. We have done 90 days a year for the last 7 years. We've done 90 days a year camping and off-road and over 100,000 miles of off-road travel. So we're still learning. I mean, I don't care who you are. Anyone says I'm an expert, you're not an expert. You think you are, because every time I go off-roading, somebody always has something else. You're like, oh, where'd you come up with that idea? So I don't care who you are. Like, how many times have we like, oh, I think I got it all figured out. I know everything. And then you're like, oh, that's a great idea. I'm going to do that. So don't think you're an expert or you think you know everything, because there's someone out there that's going to ones-up you. In fact, Mark and Eddie ones-upped us on this trip with Elon Musk's satellite internet. So my satellite phone is now obsolete. Their satellite internet, we were watching movies, doing phone calls. Like, it was ridiculous.
I'm still on the Garmin.
Still on the Garmin, yeah.
With InReach, which
InReach.
was like, wow, this is great. But yeah, the
Then I went
satellite.
to the satellite phone, and then these guys went, oh, we're going to get satellite internet.
Wow.
Screw that.
So this is Harvey Tough.
Hey,
Where do we
guys.
find you? Find you on YouTube at
Find
Harvey
me
Tough.
on YouTube on Harvey Tough, and find me on Overland Camping. This is my boy Michael.
This is Harvey Jr.
Harvey Jr.
So there you go.